Wellness HBN series, where I have been featuring the amazing women of the Holistic Business Network all month long, and we have had so many amazing conversations. I am Michelle Fletcher. I am the founder of the Holistic Business Network, which is a community of super diverse women and men of various backgrounds that deal in various modalities of health and wellness. You name it, we have it. And this is a community that has come together because they're tired of being the best kept secret. So I have created platforms for them to get more visibility, to collaborate, to connect, to grow, and it is just a beautiful place to be. So with that being said, today I'm going to be talking with a really good friend of mine. Oh, I'm getting a call. A really good friend of mine who is a naturopathic doctor. She is just an amazing healer. She has healed herself multiple times. Um, and she is just full of wisdom. Oh, I see she sent me a request. Hey, everyone that's joined. I see you, Arlene. I love that midlife hotness instead of hot mess. Hot. Yes, I love it. Hey, Dr.
Let me tell you, I don't know, this is about the seventh time I've come live and realized that you cannot do it on your desktop.
No, I tell people that all the
Hello?
time. I'm like, no, you got to use. I know Instagram should really let people know when they're like setting up that you can't go live if you're not on your
Right.
um phone. But
Right.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm so
Anyway,
glad you are here, though. This
I
is going
am
to be
too.
such a fun and informative conversation. So, guys, me and Dr. Nalani go way back, like maybe 14,
Fif-
15 years.
Or
We were
more. How
nurses
long have you
together.
been? How long were you with have you been with the Juice Plus Company?
15 years.
Then it's been 15 years because I've been with them 18 years.
But I don't think I actually went
But
to
we
a
met.
conference
Ah,
until like my first year, like after my first year. So maybe 14 years. But
maybe.
that's a minute. That's a minute. And so I'm always in awe with Dr. Nalani. First of all, her whole disposition is so calming. Just hanging out with her, you just feel like you're in Zen. It's like hanging out with you is so like your voice, your body language, all the things are just so calming for the nervous system. You're good
Thank
for the
you.
nervous system, not Dr. Nalani. You
Oh,
are.
oh, that's nice to know.
And so I I really would love for you to share a little bit about you because your story is pretty powerful of, uh, when I first met you, you had cancer earlier in life and then you've gone through another um, where you just battled it out and you're thriving now. So please share with us your background and
Okay,
touch on your story on how you got there, because I think that's pivotal to why you practice what you practice now and how you're helping so many other people heal.
absolutely, absolutely. I'm so glad you asked that you said that at the end because I mean what you said at the last thing you said because the whole purpose now, my whole purpose for being is to share
Yeah.
with others, particularly elders, that we're not helpless victims. Period. Your health is in your own hands. So I'll give you the kind of short version, short version. Well, a little bit about my background. I've been in dealing with nutrition. I started studying in 1968 when I was pregnant with my first daughter. Yeah.
Mm.
And I've been studying nutrition ever since. And I don't
An
find myself.
OG. You're the OG. That's what the original gangster. Yes.
Oh, is that what that means?
Yeah.
Girl, let me tell you, it's been a journey. And I have some background in education. I taught American Sign Language. I taught interpreting for the deaf from a dear friend of mine whose parents are deaf. They're called CODA, the Child of Deaf Adults.
Mm.
And though I was always interested in health, though, because, like I said, I had been studying nutrition. And then, fast forward, I went to the Swedish Institute, became a licensed massage therapist in New York, studied Chinese medicine. And in 1996, I'm going to fast forward to my first story. In 1996, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. And I was told by more than one doctor that my only option was surgery, which I didn't have. Now, don't get it twisted. I was scared. Okay, yeah,
Mm.
I wasn't this brave. Oh, I'm not going to have surgery. No, it wasn't that. I was just looking for other ways. I was thinking, since I was already holistically minded, I'm thinking, okay, there must be something I can do. And I was introduced to Dr. Phil Valentine, who's a naturopathic doctor, and he taught me to heal myself without drugs, without herbs, and without a lot of vitamins,
Wow.
using proper thinking and proper nutrition. And of course, using what I have labeled now my 5 steps and my 5 pillars, foundations of health, which is think well, drink well, eat well, sleep well, and move well. And I'll tell you, each one, they sound so simple. I say, bromidic, they're simple. And however, they are most powerful. And when one of those is out of whack, out of balance, then you're on that trajectory going down. And the think well will take you there. So all that to say, I was able to be completely healed of cancer. Did not have the surgery. Doctors, I'm clean and clear, and it's been since 1996. Then it was in 2000. Well, I'll put it this way: in I guess it was 2007. 2007, I was introduced to a woman standing up talking about Juice Plus in a business meeting. And, my husband and I looked at each other. Here we go, another product, right? Because as holistic health practitioners, we really don't like to push a lot of products.
Hmm.
However, I couldn't find anything wrong with it. And so I became a partner. Little did I know that 14 years after that, I'd be diagnosed with acute myeloid leukemia and not expected to survive by doctors at all. When a person has leukemia, especially an older person and an elder coming in, they said they usually come in with about 35% of their blood being leukemic.
Mm.
87% of my blood was leukemic. Almost 90% of my blood. That's why I passed out. I think I was on my way to meet my ancestors. And my husband, I'm telling you my whole book here. My husband, my husband revived me and got me, the ambulance came, they got me to the hospital. And they said that 87% of my blood was leukemic. They wanted me to fill out a will and, get ready because they didn't expect me to survive. Bottom line is they said, wait a minute, we we don't know what to do with you. You are an anomaly to us because you're in your mid 70s. I'm 77 now. Woohoo. And
She looks amazing,
though
guys. You think her face looks amazing? Her body looks amazing. I'm like, oh my gosh, Dr. Nalani is just like, okay, keep going.
anyway,
Sorry.
they said that you have the organs of a 20-year-old, a 20-year-old. And so that made it possible for me to withstand the very strong chemotherapy that they don't like to give to anybody older than 55 or 60 because their organs can't handle it. The liver, the kidneys have to wipe out all that poison. However, with almost 90% of my blood, cancerous, that was the only option. I said, well, what are my options if I don't take chemotherapy? Because, I'm thinking we're holistic, we know what to do, blah, blah, blah.
Hmm.
They said zero. My
Wow.
options were zero because that's how full it just wasn't going to happen. So I went that route and had a complete bone marrow transplant, all of that stuff. I was in the hospital, same floor, same hospital for a year and a half. So thankfully that's done. And so the purpose for my book, New Life from Near Death, How to Prepare Your Life and Health for the Unexpected, was
Yeah.
because it was truly unexpected. In fact, one of my, I think my nephew, one of my family members, when they heard that I was in the hospital with leukemia, with cancer, they said, well, if she's got it, then none of us have hope. You know, if she's sick, because I was known for being extremely healthy.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's no judgment on anyone because you don't know what the cause of that is. For me, I know it was the mental part. There was something in my consciousness that I had not released. So if you've got anger, sadness, guilt, any of those that you think you've gotten rid of, but you haven't really dealt with it, it could come out and bite you. And though, and I wanted to just mention this because we always talk that your genes are not your destiny. You can switch them off or on with
Mm-hmm.
lifestyle. And that was the other question. Well, if you were so healthy, then how did you get that diagnosis in the first place? Well,
Uh-huh.
first, like I said, the mental part brought that along. I know that, no questions asked. However, it wasn't my genes, it was my chromosomes. So they found two chromosomal anomalies that are prone to cancer.
Wow.
And so eventually they would have revealed themselves. And because, and this is a warning to all people who are health conscious, and who are especially holistic in their mind and in their way of living. We tend to think we know everything. We tend to think we've got it all taken care of because we are natural and we are vegan or raw or whatever. The
Mm-hmm.
point is that we tend to not get ourselves checked out. So all of this happened right before COVID. So I didn't, and usually on my birthday, I get checked out, once a year because I know how to take care of myself, get blood work done, blah, blah, blah. And I had not had a checkout in 3 years. So, had I had the regular checkups, they would have noticed something out of whack. But all
Right.
this time, and then COVID came along. And so this was in 22. And then when I went to get an appointment, because I felt something was wrong, and my best friend Felicia kept saying, get it checked out, go to the emergency room. And I was saying, oh, I'm just tired, that kind of thing. I couldn't get an appointment for 9 months out because of,
Oh, wow.
it was right after COVID and there weren't any appointments. So anyway, bottom line is I ended up in the hospital and all of that. But I'm so grateful, so grateful. And I'll tell you, Juice Plus was only one part of my lifestyle. My lifestyle was all of those five things, thinking,
Mm-hmm.
eating, sleeping. However, nutrition is just one of those parts, and Juice Plus was a major part of that. And I knew that that was a part that helped save my life because it helped me to create those healthy organs. And I know that reducing inflammation, and we know inflammation is at the basis of almost every disease known to man.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been proven by medical research, clinical research, that it reduces inflammation. And when you have cancer, you got inflammation. And when you have chemotherapy, your body is flooded with inflammation. And my organs were protected from that. So I give thanks.
That is such an incredible story. And guys, I was on the journey with her when because you were going nonstop. Like you were traveling. I remember you had just traveled that week before you passed out. You had just gotten on a flight. So Dr. Nalani has tons of vitality, like so much vitality. You would think she was in her 20s, all the things that she does. And then that put a stop, a pause to all of her busy life. But it's funny how you said, one, there was like a small genetic disposition with the chromosomes, but then also the stored emotions. Um, you know, I love that you mentioned, sometimes, and that's one thing that I know I'm jumping all over, but
That's okay.
with the holistic business network, it's a number of modalities. Like there's so many different modalities within our community. You
Mhm.
have physical therapists, you have functional medicine, you have holistic dentists, but then you also have the mental, you also have products that are healthier. You also have, there's so much that comes to living well. And it's kind of hard to do all the things. So like for a lot of people that get on their high horse about one thing,
Mhm.
consider being open to even more. I love that you said that, Dr. Nalani, because you do so much. And I think we both do so much because the community we were in, that was a foundation. Juice Plus was a foundation, but then there's so much more. We were able to expand our minds because so many other modalities of health were surrounding us. We had all these
Mhm.
different types of practitioners and um, things that we could use and learn and incorporate into what we were doing. So I love that you said that. And then checking yourself. Oh my gosh, I'm guilty because I don't think I've been to the doctor in 2 years now.
There you
I used to
go.
go every year, but time flew and I'm like, wait a minute, it's time for me to schedule. But I'm looking for a new doctor. So here we
Yeah.
go.
That's what
That happened.
happens, though,
Yeah.
especially for people who are health conscious, because we know how we feel, and we listen to our bodies, and yeah, we do get on our high horse sometimes.
We do. So, okay, let me give a shout out. First of all, you guys, I'm who you see here is Dr. Nalani Valentine. If you don't know her, you're going to know her because she's a best kept secret in certain rooms, but there's other rooms where everyone is like knows that she's a big time like celebrity in what she does. Her and her husband, Dr. Philip Valentine, amazing, amazing what they do in the space. And you're going to want to follow her on YouTube, and you're going to want to get her book, which really documents her experience. She had cancer twice. She just shared she had cancer twice, once in the 90s, and then most recently, just like was like 4 years ago.
22,
Five,
March of
yeah,
22.
yeah, and because we're so close, and she's like, we're in a group where we hold each other accountable. I've walked that journey with her and was listening to her messages in the hospital and checking in, and so it's just like such a joy to see her sitting in front of me today. Her beautiful face. You would not know she's in her 70s, in her later 70s, because if you saw her in person, the way she moves, the way she looks, just like a picture of health and all that you've gone through. I love that what you've gone through is able, you pour that out into other people, helping them with their health. So, guys, you got to hear her story. If you didn't catch her story, catch the replay. You're going to want to get her book because it's really, really good. And I'm just, you see, I'm overflowing right now. I love this
Thank
lady so much.
you.
Okay, so I have some awesome people that are on here. Hey, Wes. So Wes is our former NFL player, but he's also all in the natural health space. He has his own natural health food powders. He has juices. He teaches on emotional intelligence. We're having a workshop with Wes the end of this month. Please get on this workshop. It might
Awesome.
sound it might sound like you don't need to be on here because you might think you have a lot of emotional intelligence, but trust me, there's still more that you can learn. And this man has been through it to where he has so much experience in um, himself growing in his emotional
Mhm.
intelligence that now he pours it out to the youth, he pours it out to adults in so many different arenas. So tune in. Hey, Leonelli. Hey, Rod Dancer 21, Road Dancer 21. Hey, Arlene. Hey, I saw Shakira was on here, Dr. Nalani. Um,
Oh, Dr. Shakira is an amazing iridologist. Oh,
Yes. If you guys don't know what iridologist is, you need to find out. You can look in your eyes and see that things that are happening in your body, disease, all that. She's amazing. That is holistic. What is it? Holistic. What is her
Holistica. Holistica.
holistic? No, on here on Instagram, she's holistic hope with a
Holistic
W.
hope. Oh,
Holistic with a
that one.
W.
Okay.
Okay. So I wanted to say hi to all those people. Hey, the commissioner, you just joined. Welcome, welcome. So I'm talking today with Dr. Nalani Valentine. If you don't know her, you're going to want to follow her because she's pretty amazing. Her YouTube is blowing up right now, so you're going to want to follow her on that page too. But we're talking all things cancer survivor, two-time cancer survivor, naturopathic doctor. You're heavy on the nutrition when it comes to fruits, vegetables, whole foods. but there's some other tools you have in your toolkit too. And
Mhm.
I love that you talked about mindset because there's a lot of people that will get a disease diagnosis, and if their mindset is not strong, that will take them out faster than the
That will
disease.
take them out. Let me tell you, especially the fear that can come. Now,
Yep.
I'll tell you, one time during my stay in the hospital, I got this thought that said, why me? Why did this have to
Mm.
happen? And as quick as it came, I shut that one down really quick. I don't want to take that class, because, and I'll promise you this, I don't know how this happened. Well, I do now. I do know. And I said this I have a video called Brain First on the YouTube channel that I talk about it. And I mentioned that when I was in the hospital, for some reason, I had convinced myself that I was staying in a hotel.
I remember, yes, you
You
were like,
know,
I'm acting like it's a hotel. And they were treating you like it was a hotel too. You were getting
I'm
like
telling you,
the
it
food
was
catered to
like,
you.
yes, they had a vegan chef in the hospital, and he would call me every day and say, what would you like, Mrs. Valentine? Do you want me to surprise you? Or you want me? My room was being cleaned every day. I was knitting, learning how to practicing my languages. I was doing all the things that you like to do, except that I was in one room that whole time. Well,
Hmm.
they moved me to another room at one time, but on the same floor all that time, and it was my lifestyle, including my mindset, that prepared me for this incident, this experience,
Yeah.
before I knew I would need it. Truly,
Wow.
before I knew I would need it, I wasn't trying to be positive. It just was a fact. It
Yeah.
was okay. Okay, so what are my chances without the chemo? Zero. Well, already then. I guess I'll be taking the chemo.
And I remember you sharing like how amazed the doctors and the nurses were at your progression. They were like,
Yes.
what in the world? They couldn't
Yeah.
believe it because they just when they heard your prognosis, they were pretty sure like, oh, this is not good.
Yeah.
And you when Nalani left that hospital, I remember the doctor just being in awe. Like you were like, he was so in awe and wanted to know what is it that I'm doing that I got to leave here with the diagnosis I had coming in a year and a half later, right? Was it a year and a half you were in the
Yeah,
hospital?
year and a half later. Yeah. It was, and of course, when you leave the hospital, you still go back for checks to check your
Yeah.
blood and all that stuff just to be sure. And thankfully, it never came back, completely clean and clear. And I remember in the hospital, I had my essential oils going and I had my music playing. And
Yeah.
doctors and other nurses that I didn't know would come into my room and say, can I just stay in your room for a little minute? Can I just take a
They,
breath here?
they could feel all the good energy was in your room. Can you imagine? They
Yeah.
felt that energy, and it's contagious. You feel it. And so I'm sure people can feel it right now, even watching this. Like,
Oh,
I started off the call not knowing you were going to say this, but started off saying how just being in your presence, I didn't know you were going to talk about this. You feel a calming. Dr. Nalani just has this presence about her that is very calming, very good for your nervous system. So,
thank
oh, I love this. I love all of this. So you mentioned essential oils. You made sure you had your whole food, like superfood powders,
you.
mindset, having your like you had your favorite hobby, which is knitting. So that was
Yes.
great. You could do that. That's a pleasant distraction. Then you had
Right.
encouragement from the community. I've been talking about community a lot, but I love
Right.
that your family was rallied around you. Then
Yeah.
I know me and Bev were like every day checking in. What's going on? How is everything going? We're on Voxer, so we're talking all day long, like checking in on her. And it was just so encouraging to watch because it was almost like you didn't have cancer. Like you literally were acting like you were just staying at a hotel. And it was the mindset, guys. Mindset is so important. And do
Yeah.
you teach on mindset, Nalani? I think it's
Yes, I
natural for you.
do. I
You
do.
do? Oh,
Yeah, I
okay,
do.
go
That's
ahead.
one of the things that I'm focused on. That's the first thing I made a playlist for on my YouTube channel, particularly for elders, particularly because we can tend to go negative, 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 especially when we're feeling all these different things. And let me tell you, found family, I don't care how old you are, that young person inside is still inside. You know, you remember how you felt when you were 12 or
Yeah.
15. You felt the same. I'm the same person, and your body is not reacting, not not doing what your brain or your memory is doing. So
Right.
yeah, but one of the other things that I did was I went on YouTube a lot and listened to comedians. And I had some
Oh,
favorite comedians, and I laughed every day. And I would call my husband late at night. He would call me before he go to sleep, and we would laugh and talk about some of these comedians and the crazy things they say.
oh, see, these are just practical tips. That is a practical way to keep your mind like at a high vibration,
Hmm.
connecting, laughing. I love it. I love it. These are things that, might not seem like typical holistic, but guys, there's so
Right.
many practical ways. And I love that you were very mindful too to try and get some sunlight. Even though you were in that room, you were
Yeah,
mindful.
that was the hardest part because, I'm up on the eighth floor and they don't let you open those windows in the hospital.
Mhm.
Somebody might take a trip. So that was the only thing that I felt, oh, sometimes I wish I could go outside because I couldn't. I had no immune system.
Oh,
None. Zip.
that's right.
I
Yeah.
couldn't remember, I couldn't have anything raw. And I used to eat a lot of raw food. I couldn't have any flours, anything raw, because anything that had any kind of microbe or bacteria, whether seen or unseen, could
Hmm.
have infected me because I
Hmm.
had no defense system. They had to wipe me clean out because there was so much cancer.
Wow.
So, that said, after a while, though, after I had had the transplant and I was getting stronger and healthier, the pharmacologist said, "Can't she please just go out a little bit? Just can't she just go into the garden, And they said, "All right." And so after that, they would let me go out for maybe 20 minutes with nobody around me, and I had to wear a mask and all that. But at least I got out into the sun and felt that sun and felt the air on my skin, and that felt really nice.
Oh my goodness. So tell me, alongside, I know you take Juice Plus, you had your natural oils. What else were you using when you were in
In
the
the
hospital?
hospital,
Mhm.
actually, that was it. That
No,
was it. I
no
was in.
vitamin D?
No, was I taking it?
Wow.
Yes, yes. Did
Robins?
I bring it with me? I don't think I took it with me because I get vitamin D from
Robins.
Necessary Nutrition from Robin Muhammad, and
Yeah.
that's where I get. Folks, you got to get your vitamin D from Muhammad. Okay,
Vitamin D and vitamin K together.
right,
These
DK, and
are
I
really
didn't get. I
good.
didn't have it. Right. I think maybe I took it with me because all I remember, I took a picture of it. It's in my book, and that wasn't on the shelf. Oh, I did it on the down low because they didn't, when you're in a hospital, they don't like you to take any supplements. In fact, I had to go to bat for my Juice Plus because I said, there's no way I'm going to be here
Mhm.
without that protection, and finally the pharmacologist, the doctors were all in the room with me when they were telling me you cannot have any supplements whatsoever. And, it might be contaminated. I said, it's NSF certified. Oh, okay. Well, I'm not sure because they're just not sure.
Yeah.
They don't know how it will affect you because they think it's some herb or something. However, the pharmacologist said, "Oh, Juice Plus." And the doctors looked at her and I said, "Yeah." She says, "Oh, and do you take the omegas too?"
Oh,
And the
that is so
doctors were
funny. So
looking at me and looking at her. And then she said, Juice Plus is okay. She can have Juice Plus. I was going
Um,
to have it whether they said so or not. However, it
exactly.
was good. So that's the only thing that was on my shelf. But yes, I'm sure I continue to take my vitamin D because that's extremely important. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. So, Dr. Nalani, I know you work with a lot of different people that have different challenges and health issues. Um, Tell us some of the types of people that you work with so people can have an idea going
Hmm.
forward. If there's ever a time they may need you, that
Hmm.
they're going to remember this live and that they can reach out and
Okay.
connect with you.
Well, like yourself, I think you also have certification. Well, I have three certifications. I think we have the same ones from the Dr. Sears. So I'm
Mhm.
certified with children, certified with adults, and certified with seniors. So I can help everyone. However, I'm focusing more attention right now, reaching out to more seniors so that they know that they have this kind of support. I've helped people with diabetes. I remember years ago, even way before I even knew anything about the products that I recommend now, my husband and I had helped this person who was. They told him that he was going to be. He's on hospice, and his diabetes was going to take him out. And I remember we helped him, and he was able to come out of the hospital and not to even have the diabetes anymore. Over time, though, he finally passed away. People go back to their old habits and all, which is understandable, and no judgment at all. So, whatever the circumstance is, even if it's a very, in fact, sadly, most people don't come to us until their doctors have said, well, there's nothing we can do, or this, you're going to have to do this for the rest of your life. And the person says, I want something else. And if they were recommended to us, then we help them that way. Well, it doesn't really matter who they are. We have a protocol because it's all about getting to the cause. And you know that. If you don't get the root cause, to me, it's like painting the leaves on a tree green and not dealing
Yeah.
with the roots, and the tree is dying.
Yep.
So you get to the cause of it.
Okay. So good. So, if you know someone who's, what would you say, 55 and above, Nalani?
Absolutely.
55
50
and
and
above.
above. 50 and above.
50. Oh, I'm about to be 50 this year. Okay, let's go. I am now in that group of people.
You
I only have
remind
a
me
few months
so
left.
much of myself. You look so young. I used to look really young. I have pictures of myself when my locks were really long. I have some YouTube things, shorts, and I'm saying I look like it was 15 or 20 years ago, and that was only 4 or 5 years ago. So the chemo has aged me. However, I'm not complaining.
Oh, no, you still look amazing. Dr. Milani is 77 years old, right? You said 77?
77. I'll be 78 this year.
Who would think? No one would think you're 77 years old, let me tell you. And then when I first met you, you're right. You were even younger looking. And that was, yeah, you were very young. I was like, I couldn't believe you had daughters my age. I think Nanette is my age, and then the other ones are older, or is Nanette the
One
oldest?
is one is older and two are younger.
I was like, stop playing with me. But I pray that I can
That's
age as
you. You're
gracefully
gonna
as
be
you.
50. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
That's
But
a good
okay,
time. 50, let me tell you people, 50 is a good year. A very
listen,
good year.
I've gotten so much wisdom from Dr. Nalani in so many ways. When she talks about aging and what to expect, she makes it so exciting. Like when you were talking about one time, you were like, ladies, in your 50s, things get even better in the bedroom. And I was like, what? I was like, oh, like these things that people think are going to go downhill. Dr. Nalani lets you know if you're living a good lifestyle, those things can be even better as we age. So I'm looking forward to becoming 50. I'm grateful to make it this far. Um, but
Only
I
if
would,
you're healthy, though. That's the thing. People think
yeah,
that you're supposed to, things are supposed to deteriorate, and they do if you're not proactive.
Yes, because you know what, Dr. Nalani, speaking on sexual health, there's a lot of really young people and men dealing with erectile dysfunction, dealing with so many sexual health issues that never used to be a thing. Like, it's
Yes.
so weird that people in their 30s and 40s are dealing with these issues. And it really has to do with the world we're living in today, right? I don't know.
Absolutely. The toxicity in the world and in the way we think and the food. Oh my goodness. And erectile dysfunction is the same for women as it is for men. Don't get it twisted. Just that theirs is obvious. So, and it's a lot, has everything to do with blood circulation. However, speaking of the times that we live in, I just heard I have a friend who deals with psychology, and one of my daughters is a fabulous psychologist. Anyway, young people wanting to commit suicide. Oh my gosh. Heart attacks at 11 years old, coming in with a heart attack. What?
It's crazy. It is so, it's just, it's weird that this is becoming the norm because
Yeah.
this was not the norm.
Yeah.
30, how old am I? Yeah, about to be 40 something years ago. This was not normal. So
No.
it's
Yeah.
really, when you take a look at it, it's the environment we are now in, between the digital age, between the quality of the food being poor, between the toxins we're bombarded with from every direction, the air we
Mhm.
breathe, the things we put on our skin, the products we're
Yes.
using, like, it's everywhere.
Right.
So even you have to be more mindful today than ever before.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I know you've seen a lot.
Absolutely. One of the things that I'm thinking about a lot lately are the plastics. Plastic, they're finding it in the cord blood of newborn babies. They're
Yeah.
finding plastic, the microplastics all over the place. So I've started, even if there's something that doesn't come any other way except for in these soft plastic bags, because that's the worst. The softer the plastic, the worse it is. And for instance, if it's frozen veggies and they don't have any fresh ones around, as soon as I get it home, it comes out of the plastic bag into a glass jar and or bowl and put in the refrigerator. And I've bought a bunch of cotton cloths. I know it sounds weird, but I will
Bunch
wrap
of what?
cotton cloth.
Oh, cotton cloths.
Yeah,
Okay.
like washcloths, even if they're 100% cotton.
Yeah.
And so when I cut a lemon, for instance, and there's only half a lemon left, instead of putting plastic around it, I'll wrap it in a cotton cloth, put it in the refrigerator. And some things, if you really want, like if you have bread, if you eat bread, or your sourdough bread, if you eat healthy bread or whatever, and I promise you, if you get it from the store, it's not healthy bread. I don't care what it says on the label.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Agreed.
um, wrap that bread in a paper, wrap it in a cloth, a cloth kitchen towel if it's 100%.
Yeah.
And then you can put your saran wrap or something on top of it if you want to really keep it fresh. So there are so many things we can do to keep that plastic away. Uh, and of course, cleansing every now and then. I'm about to do another fast just for cleansing purposes. You
How
know,
long do you fast for, Dr.
it
Nalani?
depends. Sometimes it's 7 days.
Okay.
Lately, it's just been 7 days. Years ago, I was a fanatic about everything. I mean, I think that's my that's my rising. I'm a Scorpio, but I have a Libra rising, and don't let anybody tell you Libras are balanced.
Ah, the scale, right? You're like, no.
It's the opposite. It's that they are seeking balance. So Libras are
Mm.
way up there and way down there and nowhere in between. I know because my husband is one.
Oh, that's so funny.
So anyway, how did I get off on that?
No, I
Anyway,
was asking you about fasting, and you said up to 7 days. Do you do
right. I
water
used to do.
fasting or dry fasting?
Sometimes so that's what I was talking about. Years
Oh,
ago, I would fast once a week on a spiritual fast,
okay.
meaning nothing. It means really to fast means close the mouth. And
Hmm.
we used to say, if you're drinking water, you're not fasting. But we know
Mm.
better now. There's a water fast. We used to call it juice feasting instead of juice fasting.
Mm.
Because, so anyway, how often do I do it? Once a month, for a few days, sometimes
Okay.
7 days, and it'll be totally liquids, and then maybe in the last couple of days it'll be just water.
Okay.
Um,
Mm.
yeah.
Fasting is so good. I discovered how good fasting is like in the past like 3, 4 years. And even if I'm feeling sick sometimes, which is not often, but if I
Mhm.
fast when I'm feeling like I'm coming down with something, let me fast for a day. That thing will disappear.
That's right.
It'll
There you
be
go.
gone.
And
Yeah.
sleeping, nothing better than sleep.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm glad that it's becoming a very trending topic now, the fasting, because
Mhm.
there's a lot of health benefits to it. And someone like Dr. Nalani has been doing it forever. This is just part of her lifestyle where she's like, okay, I'm cleaning out the junk. We're going to fast. Let me let my
Yes,
the bad cells kill themselves and the good cells will just rule after that. So,
exactly.
oh, we want to do what you're doing. That's what we want to do. I know I've learned a lot from Dr. Nalani, so I'm doing a lot of what she's doing,
Well,
but there's
one thing
still
I
more.
didn't mention was the intermittent fasting that I do every single day, and I do that because I use the Unicity. Um, it's called the Feel Great system,
Yeah.
and so I fast with that, and that helps tremendously. It's good for the gut, it helps to because the herbal blend that we drink has all of the nutrition um, to sustain life. So that's the reason that it takes your appetite away. So it's not some chemical or something that in a weird way makes you feel like you're not hungry or takes your appetite away. It's because the divine intelligence says,
Mm.
okay, we're good. We're not hungry. We're good.
I'm
And
so
so
glad
that
you
helps you
mentioned that.
extend your fast.
Yes, I'm glad you mentioned this because I just saw a post today and I reposted something someone posted about GLP-1s, and
Mhm.
now all these side effects that are horrendous side effects that are being reported, and now the companies are being sued. And I'm just like, wow, that's crazy because there's natural ways to get those same results, the same thing you want out of GLP-1s.
That's right.
Unicity has created it with this Feel Great system, which I think is
Mhm.
amazing. The
Yeah.
fiber, the fasting, we don't get enough fiber. It's just awesome. So if you want to know more about that, Dr. Nalani is definitely a resource. She can tell you more. I know I use it myself. It's awesome.
Oh, well,
So
aren't you a resource as well?
I am, but I
Okay.
don't mind
So
like
come to either one of us.
either one. If you want to know more information
Yeah.
about it, we're definitely resources for you. And there's just so much out there that can help you live a better health, like improve your health, improve your lifestyle, and easy habits to incorporate. Reach out to either me or Dr. Nalani if you want to learn more about anything that can help. If you know someone who is battling cancer right now, or I think we all know people that are going through that, Dr. Nalani is a great resource. She has a book that shares her experience of how she went from being 0% survival to now thriving. How many years later? 4 years later, thriving. Doctors are bewildered because
Mm,
she laid a really good foundation and kept that foundation going during treatment and all the things. So just amazing
thank
to
you.
know you and to be in your presence. Thank you so much for taking the
Thank
time. Any
you.
final words? Oh, tell us how we can tell people how they can find you on YouTube and any of your other
Okay.
pages or websites.
Okay. It's just Nalani Valentine here on Instagram. On Facebook, it's the same. At Nalani Valentine. And YouTube is so I created two YouTube channels, one for my shorts, which is Dr. Nalani Valentine Shorts, and the other one is for content, if you really want to get more content. And it doesn't have to be an hour. I haven't done an hour yet. However, anywhere from 5 minutes, which includes some of those. Um, meditations. I love my meditations.
Yes.
So
Oh, very soothing meditations that she's made.
thank
So if
you.
you want to listen to something that really will calm your nervous system,
Thank
yes.
you.
So
It's
what is
Dr.
that book
Nalani
called?
Valentine because there are other Dr. Nalanis on YouTube.
Oh, okay. So your
Yeah.
full name,
And
Dr. Nalani Valentine.
right. And the book is going to be on my I'm not putting it on Amazon again. It is the ebook is there. However, the actual book is coming out on my new website, so it's not out yet. So stay tuned to,
Oh,
Instagram and Facebook, on YouTube, and that's when you'll know I'll make the announcement. It's coming out soon.
awesome. Oh, very exciting.
Thank
I have
you.
her book. I have the first edition, so excited about the next edition that's coming out. And I'm going to collaborate with you on this replay. So if you're watching the replay,
Okay.
type replay and you can watch this full episode and get to hear the amazing story behind Dr. Nalani and just all the things that she is able to help you with. So thank you, Dr. Nalani, for taking the
Thank you,
time out.
Michelle. And the HBN is an amazing network. I went live before thinking I was just going to wait until I saw you on. Duh. Anyway, I was telling everybody that if they are in any way interested in holistic practices, to connect with you because that network is the bomb diggity, as we used to say. So
Thank
thank you
you.
again.
Thank you for being a part. Thank you so much. It's an honor to have you.
Thanks. Well, take care.
Well, bye. Take care. Thank you so
Bye.
much.